order to value a relationship, you must first learn to be alone. Welcome to Kai Speaks, episode number 1. Today, we will speak about something called loneliness. I mean, everybody heard about loneliness before, right? Everybody know what loneliness is. It's been a trend on social media for the past 5 years. We've all seen this. But what is it to truly be lonely? Is it being by yourself all the time? Is it being nonchalant? Is it just being alone? See, being lonely is having absolutely nobody to fall back on, having absolutely nobody to share experiences with, having absolutely nothing to tell anybody. You see, when we're lonely, we tend to have a different pain, a different type of feeling bottled up, and we tend to understand what it is to be lonely. When you do get a connection with somebody though, you are more likely to hold on to this relationship, hold on to this connection, as I should say, and keep it sacred to your heart where you don't want to let it go. And a lot of people now don't truly understand what it is to be lonely. You know, not having somebody by the side, not understanding what it is to go through pain by yourself. You know, because everybody has a friend, everybody has a significant other to, lean on to and go to. But sometimes these are people that tend to switch sides, go to somebody else in a time of need, in a time of comfort, try to find something else with somebody. And they don't truly hold on. They don't truly take a pull with this relationship. They tend to take this for granted, as I should say. And I have seen it in a couple of relationships. I just didn't say anything, because that's not my place, but you see it all around the world, all on social media, that these people truly don't know what it is to be lonely and truly don't value their relationships. Everybody wants the good moments, everybody wants the moments we see online, everybody wants those, that feeling. And I could understand that because it's a good feeling, it is something that you would live for in a relationship. But then comes the bad times. And I'm gonna tell you something, 8 times out of 10, most relationships goes through bad times, difficult times, and a lot of young people, I would say too, tend to not want to stick around during those times. They tend to always go for the lucid type of feeling, where everything should be good at all times, every time, no problems, nothing. And I would say the best relationships that usually pull through are the ones that stick around, or are the ones that truly understand what it is to be lonely and what it is to have nobody in their life. Nobody to be there. Because people could be in your life now, but people not in your emotional life. People don't know what you're going through. Because there are rare people who just go through things. There are plenty of people who leave a burden on the heart and the mind, and it's a real sad thing to see, because humans were not meant to carry a burden alone, humans were not programmed to be alone. There should always be somebody to talk to, there should always be somebody there to lean on to, and it's like some people don't try not to keep that type of feeling going, they want to just let everything be, whatever it happened. And I just be like, wow, I can't believe someone else really do that. Because I ain't gonna lie, I know I get off this up again, but in a situation like that, these things tend to make me afraid relationship. Like, I genuinely scared to get into a relationship. Because I was in a relationship before. One. And it was good, and it had its good and bad times. I'll say that. But there's certain things that you wouldn't speak about because it did hurt. But anyway, people now, they tend to have a kind of mentality of where is either do for do or following a strict list, and it has killed the joy of a relationship. You're just looking for somebody who fit into your life, and it's like, that is not what a significant other is supposed to be. They're not supposed to fit into your life, just align into everything and everything feels smoothly. Because people tend to forget that other people have opinions, have a life of their own, and stuff like that. So I have another thing as well. This is besides my point I'm speaking of, but do some females, because I've never met a guy like this before, do females understand that men have lives outside of their own and the relationship? But I fact, yeah, I would say men too, because it have some, sissy men, TOS. It have these type of fellas that always want to be under their girlfriend's skin, always want to, be with their gal and stuff like that. And it's like, I could understand, but at the same time, you do have a life outside of the relationship. And it becomes so prominent in media now that, hey, I want a man that always under me, always this, always that. Or I want a girl that always, this, that, and the third. And it's like, this is not healthy. This is not healthy. You do need friends. You do need friends outside of the relationship. Yes, two of you have a bond and a bridge together, and that is amazing. That's cool. But you have friends that you also could spend lesser time with. You have friends to also get other experiences with. I'm not saying you can't get experiences with your significant other, but you also have to remember you have a life outside of the relationship, and people fail to realize this, especially Gen Zs. And I really actually don't understand why. Because it's like, it have a lot of issues that we need. So, basically, a normal thing now, the Gen Z individuals have made certain problems, a lot of problems on media and relationships so normal and so everyday that it is concerning. because like this was not happening 15, 16, 17 years ago. Like this was not happening 2 decades ago. I'm like, why are you making this so normal now? This isn't something that should even be normal. But anyway, people who fully understand what it is to be alone and went through things alone and not having anybody to, help them through this, help them through that situation or whatnot. I would say those people understood what it is to have somebody in their life, have somebody important in them. And I would say 9 times out of 10, those type of people in relationships, it does work. It have some that end up hurting. But if 2 people are like that and they do come together, I would say 9 times out of 10, the relationship goes a very long way. It does. So, please, don't take significant